Back with the Boss. Written by Danielle Walker. Narrated by Courtney Wohl. Copyright 2020 by Danielle Walker. Production copyright by Danielle Walker. Chapter 1. Gordon Phillips dreamed of Stockholm. He dreamed of the curves in the river, of the water's ebb and flow as it moved in, out, and around the structures of the city. He dreamed of the darkness and of the nooks and crannies where murderers hid, where violent crimes were perpetrated. He'd been reading too much Scandinavian crime fiction, he knew. Stockholm did not have high crime rates, especially comparatively. But since when did dreams ever follow reality? He dreamed of one night in particular when a lavish party was thrown in his honor. Beautiful men and women draped themselves on the tuxedos and dresses of the super-rich and the well-connected. Gordon didn't have time for politicians, though. He drifted away, coolly drinking glass after glass of champagne. Nothing said that night was to have any consequence, so he let himself go. Often, key business decisions were made in the bar after the meeting, but that particular meeting on that particular day had gone exactly as planned. He negotiated pay cuts for the middle management, higher production requirements from the lowest rung up, and cut a couple of million off of the bonuses to make the board look like they were for the people. $2 million sounded like a lot of money, but it really wasn't. There was nothing big on the horizon, and this was a time for business consolidation, not investment. This was easy going. Gordon would remember for next time that he didn't need to show up at these meetings. If needed, he could pretend he was listening in on speakerphone. But since the terms of the meeting were already laid out and every member of the board had been prepped out beforehand, the meeting was only a formality, which is to say, it was not actually necessary. Gordon would worry about how business meetings were feeding into his subconscious later. He wouldn't remember the details of how drunk the women draped over his arm at the party were, or how a particularly muscular man who had not gotten the memo about bow ties had also draped himself off Gordon's arm, causing Gordon to admire the man's lithe form over the woman's cleavage. It usually wasn't Gordon's cup of tea, but he was too drunk to care. How many women had he slept with that night? He dreamed of enormous orgies, of naked people standing on enormous staircases that twisted and turned like an Escher painting into infinite heights. Ah, yes, the subconscious was at work again.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?